Hello and welcome to the devotion for Wednesday, February the 27th, entitled, Why So Long? Now, it's interesting. I think most every generation of Christians have looked at their era and gone, wow, the Lord's got to be coming back soon. In fact, I can remember the first time I asked my mom as a teenager a very difficult question. Her answer caught me so off guard. She just went, I don't know. The Lord was supposed to have already come back by now. And that expectation, the Lord's coming back. But it's been a long time. Now, I read this passage from 2 Peter 3:9 Sunday morning. It says, the Lord is not slow in keeping his promises, as some understand slowness. No, he is patient with you, not wanting anyone to perish, but everyone to come to repentance. Now, the reason that I read that statement is because as we look at these passages in 2 Peter 3:11, following that passage from verse 9, and also in Mark 24:14, we discover that the Lord's coming is not about a date. He hasn't said, I'm going to come in 2015, or he said, I have a purpose, and this is the plan that I desire before I can come, because I love all my children. And I don't want anyone to perish. I'm not willing for any to perish, and I'm not in a big hurry to take care of things if we are not moving in a positive direction. In Matthew 24:14, it says, and the gospel of the kingdom will be preached to the whole world as a testimony to all nations, and then the end will come. Now, if that is the trend, other nations are doing a great job of it, but we here in America, not so much. When we talk about the builder generation, my parents, when they survey the builders, 65 or better percent of them consider themselves to be Christian. But the generation right below me, the busters, it's down in the 30s. And when we go to the millennials, young people born between the ages of 1980 and 2000, that generation, less than 13%, identify themselves as Christians, which is to say, even in our own nation, in America, we are not speeding the coming of the Lord. It's dragging backwards. Why? Because God wants everyone to know that truth. And evidently, we're doing a pretty poor job of getting that message out, because the numbers of people who confess Christ are not growing, they're decreasing. And some of that is because of the secular nature of our society. But Jesus worked in a society much more vile, much more pagan, much more difficult than this, and he saw surges of people coming to a knowledge of God. How does that happen? 2 Peter 3:11, it says, since everything is going to be destroyed in this way, he's been talking about the second coming and that God is not going to hurry it up because he wants everyone to be saved. He goes, what kind of people ought you to be? You ought to live holy and godly lives as you look forward to the day of God and speed its coming. We can speed the coming of the Lord if we live our lives in such a way that it bears forth the testimony to everyone around us that God is a living God, that he changes people, that he is a loving God, and that he takes us and makes us new. Do our lives scream that out, is the question. Because Christ said, I'm not coming back until the gospel, this incredible message, is understood by everyone. And as I look at the statistics in America, I don't think we're doing a good job of that. I don't think we're speeding the coming of the Lord. I think we're slowing it down at this point. And as we reach out, the question is how to do that. I don't think it's standing on the street corner with a bullhorn screaming, repent. I think it's individuals living their lives, as it just says here, living holy and godly lives in such a way that, as Paul said, people should ask us for the reason for our hope. They should be inquisitive to go, what makes you tick? Why are you so different? What is it about you that causes you to love that way, that causes you to forgive that way, that causes you to live that way? I want to step up my game. As we go into Easter this year, we're looking at 100 days of impact. I want my life to count. I want it to make a difference. I want to impact the people around me, not by walking up and trying to recite something that I've memorized, but to go up and just engage people and love them the way that Jesus did. Let my light shine in such a way that all people have to ask me, what makes you tick? I believe that's what God wants from us. I believe it's what the world needs to see. They need to see Christians vibrantly living their lives and loving deeply and serving faithfully. And then I think those numbers will change. Do we want to speed the coming of the Lord? Are we wondering why so long? He's waiting on us to live out the fullness of his kingdom so that people are drawn to it. That's the reason he said a city on a hill can't be hidden. They're going to see it if it's real, if it's genuine. So let's pray. Father, Lord, I want my life to echo, to resonate a genuine love for you, and that everyone sees it. I don't have to walk out and yell it. I don't have to force it down anyone's throat. I just live it in such a way that they go, what makes you tick? Why do you love so deeply? Why do you forgive? Why do you live the way you do? Lord, let our lives be holy and godly in such a way that people are drawn to ask us, and that when we share, they receive it because it's not an agenda that I have for them. It's something they desire to know. Lord, let our lives resonate your love. In Jesus' name, amen. So here's the goal. As you go out today, do you love? Do you forgive? Do you encourage? Do you bless? Do you strengthen? Do you live your life for God in such a powerful way that people are asking you, what makes you tick? Let that be the goal of your life. And I'll talk to you tomorrow.